Hey guys, before we jump into the actual program, there are a couple things I want to just tell you about the different file types in Revit, because what happens is students get confused and they turn in the wrong files, and I will dock you points if you don't turn in the correct files, because it's important that you know the difference between them. So there are three different file types that Revit will save, is capable of opening and is capable of saving out as. And they are .rte files, .rvt files, and .rfa files. So you see them right here. So let's go over each one. So the first one, .rte, is a Revit template file. So the Revit template file is, when you want to create a new project, you're going to open a .rte file. The template file has inside of it most of the things that you'll need preloaded inside. So doors and windows will already be loaded inside. A little, maybe furniture might be loaded inside. All your dimension styles, all your line types, all of that is loaded inside the template file. But when you open it, all you'll see is nothing, really basically nothing, because there's not much, there's no model geometry. You haven't modeled anything yet. But inside that file, though, is all of the stuff you'll need to begin modeling. So that's a template file. Once you open a template file, the goal is to save it as a project file. So you convert the template file to a project file, because now you're going to make it specific to your project. You're going to start modeling your building, your design, and that's going to be converted into an RVT file when you save it. And then that's what you'll work out of from here on out. So the RVT file is the main file type you guys are concerned about, but you will start with an RTE file. The reason I mention this is because students always turn in RTE files. They never save their project as a project file. They just keep saving over the template file. And if you do that, you're going to ruin your template file. The template file is meant to give you the bare minimum to start, and that's it. If you build your building and then save it as the template file, when you go to start a new building from that template file, you're going to see all the stuff you've already modeled, and then you're going to have to delete it all out just to begin your new project. So that's why I'm mentioning this now. I will dock you points, like I said, if you turn in a .rte file. I always want a .rvt file, so the Revit project file. The last type, we're not gonna cover much in this course because we're not going to edit families, but I will talk about this soon when we get into Revit. But Revit uses something called families. If you've been in AutoCAD, AutoCAD calls them blocks. But basically, a family is simply an object inside the model, like a door or a window or a piece, like a couch, a fridge. They're 3D elements inside the project that you place around in order to create your building. And those are something that exists outside of the project, and those have a file extension of .rfa. So no one's ever going to accidentally send me a .rfa file, because it would only have like one object in it. So but you should be aware of those file types as we begin Revit, and let me know if you have any questions about that.